Hello everyone, this is Navjasani, RN BSN. I passed my NCLEX 2 days ago with 149 questions in 6 hours. I'm making this video to share my views on most intensive webinar and real NCLEX. This was my second attempt at NCLEX. First time I took it back in August and I failed with 103 questions in 3 hours. That time I was mad, I was sad, but I think I didn't prepare the right way the first time because I tried UWorld, Market Dynamics notes, and everything out there in the market, but I was lacking something. Then I found Mr. Mo's YouTube channel. I looked up a couple of videos, contacted him, and asked for him some help. And he advised me to sign up for his webinar, which I would never regret, and I would pass on my very next attempt. So that's exactly what I did. I trusted the process. I trusted the coach. I call him coach. I bugged him day and night, 24 hours a day. That's the nice thing about the crash course. It's just not about content, and it's not a one-time thing. He's your big brother for a whole life, and he'll help you out. And my NCLEX was one of the perfect examples of his strategies. He says, time is not your enemy, but wrong answer is. My test went to whole 6 hours. It was brutal, it was hard, it was not easy, but I made it through. To pass the NCLEX, you have to respect the NCLEX. Otherwise, NCLEX will show you his powers. It is a powerful test. It will beat you down to your knees. But you have to trust yourself, trust your coach, trust the process. You will make it through. And I would suggest you guys to sign up for Mo's webinar. That's the ultimate key to pass. And that's one of the real investment you will ever make in your life. Because once you're RN, everything is awesome. Life is awesome right now. Even the stop signs are awesome. So trust the process, study hard, give you 110%, and you will pass. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you for watching this far. Listen, if you made it this far, don't click away. Now the butter starts. Just like Navjot, I think you have an NCLEX problem and you need some help. I've got the solution for you. Navjot failed his NCLEX for the first time on August 22nd. He was devastated. He went to his NCLEX the first time and he was so confident. He practiced Mark Klimek, Kaplan, Sanders, you name it. I'm gonna show you his text messages. It is crazy. And when he failed, he was so depressed, devastated, he was knocked down, he thought he's worthless, he doesn't deserve to be a nurse, you name it, every word in the dictionary, he was knocked down. And I'm telling you, when he reached out to me and he sent me a WhatsApp and said, Mo, I failed my NCLEX, I need your help. I've watched some of your videos on YouTube and I am inspired. Tell me what to do. He was so hard to sell. I tried to explain to him my webinar in every shape, way, or form, but still, he was not confident. He didn't take that step to invest in his future, and I was begging him, literally. I was saying, Navjot, I've never given anyone this much time and this much explanation, but you need to jump on this webinar, bro. And when he did, I'm gonna show the video that I sent him. Hey, listen, you're gonna remember this day forever. Thank you for signing up for this webinar. It's gonna be amazing. This webinar is the ultimate webinar for you to pass your NCLEX on your very next attempt. I promise. I know you have never failed an exam before. NCLEX is a totally different beast, but it is so simple if you just follow simple steps. You have to study, you have to memorize stuff, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. You do it and you're gonna pass. I promise you that, 100% guaranteed. Every time a nurse signs up to my webinar, I feel so happy before the journey starts because I know I can change their life forever. Same as Navjot. After the first day or two, oh my god, he was blown away. He said, I've tried so many resources, but your webinar is an eye-opener. Now I know exactly what's the proper way to study for the NCLEX. And check out the review that he left on the website during the first week. It has been 1 week since I am doing Alpha Slice NCLEX webinar. It is awesome. Everything in this webinar are just the things I needed. I needed a mentor, a coach, someone who would guide me, some strategies, and everything one can think of. This webinar includes daily questions, nursing content, tips just to the extent that is necessary. If you are an audiovisual learner, it's a great investment for you. I strongly believe this webinar will help me pass my NCLEX. I would recommend to everyone to participate in this webinar. You will not regret it. Oh my god, and Navjot is saying that during the first week he attended the webinar, he was so confident he's gonna pass. And let me tell you, you will pass as well. And Navjot was so dedicated to my webinar and he followed every single step I tell him. And on the first weekend test, I sent him the first weekend test and oh man, he blew my mind away. 97%. I couldn't freaking believe it. He was so dedicated, and the first weekend test is basically to check who is following up and who's not, who's retaining information and who's not, and he was the man. And check out what I sent him. And when you attend my webinar, all my students during that month will be in the same WhatsApp group. And when I ask you a favor to give a motivational video to your fellow nurses on the group, then you do it. And that's what Navjot did. And check out his video. Hey man, how you doing? 97%. Oh my freaking God. Can't believe it. Hey, listen, do me a favor. I'd like you to make a short video just like this one. Post it on the group and tell me, or tell us, how did you get the 97%? What did you do during the past week? Alright, do me that favor and keep the hard work. You're gonna get my ebook for free. I'm gonna send it to your email. Alright?
Hello everyone, what's up? This is Nav. I can't believe I got 97% on my first test. I'm so freaking excited. I just want to share with you guys how I studied during my first week of webinar. I would just listen to the live webinar every day, but I was not able to attend the whole thing. But the next day I would just come to this library behind me. I'm still at the library. I would just listen to the live video, listen to the podcast, do the notes, and practice the questions on my own. And during the test, there was a lot of recalling for me. I thought it was the same questions mostly, but it was awesome. So happy. Let's do it. Be all for slicers.
Basically, Navjot was so happy from week 1 because he knew that he is on the right path to succeed. And I promise all my students, you're gonna freaking pass on your very next attempt. I sent him my ebook for free just because he is so dedicated and he got good marks. And basically, everyone who gets a good percentage on week 1, that shows that he's a hard worker and he's retaining information and he's following up. I always give them my book for free. I don't usually tell my students that after the 4 weeks are over, that's not the end of the journey with NCLEX webinar. I've got you back until the day you sit for your test. And that's what I did. I told him, hey, listen, when are you testing? So he said, I'm testing in so and so. So I gave him a detailed 2-week study plan to follow because I want him to stay sharp, stay on point, and review stuff. And I gave him a bunch of extra free stuff just to reward his dedication because he was phenomenal. And for some of you who have never heard of me before and who are new to my channel, new to my videos, or you're seeing this as a YouTube ad, hey, listen, I know you've heard of Kaplan, New World, this and that, but trust me, back in the days, they were useful. Today, they're not. They are here only for business. They sell you their product, let's say it's a QBank, then you take your NCLEX, you fail, you go back to them, and then they upsell you for a more expensive product. And that's the cycle. Then you go to another resource, and you do the same thing over and over again. But hey, listen, with NCLEX webinar, it is 100% refundable the first 2 days if you didn't like it. If you fail, it's 100% refundable if you fail. Listen, in the last 4 months, I had 36 out of 36 nurses pass. Navjot was number 36. I still have other testimonials that I didn't make videos about them, but Navjot has a unique story and he literally wanted me to make this video to spread the word out there. In a bit, I'm gonna jump on my desktop and I'll tell you everything you need to know about my 4-week crash course to pass your NCLEX on your very next attempt. But basically, Navjot, after he finished the 4-week crash course and then I gave him a 2-week study plan, oh my God, he was anxious. He was confident, but he was anxious. He comes from an Indian culture and oh man, he said, Mo, I really need to pass. I cannot fail twice. I said, listen Navjot, I've got your back, man. And I started sending him testimonial videos one after one. Every couple of days I talked to him, sent him testimonial videos just to keep his spirit high. And then before he went to the test, he begged me for another 1 testimonial video. He said, please send me 1 more just before the test to charge me. And I did. I sent him 1 more testimonial videos. I think that was Mona Lisa at the very end, and oh my God, he went to his NCLEX and he was so confident. He said, Mo, I've got it. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna make you proud. And I said, you bet you will. You're gonna make me proud. You're gonna make yourself proud and your family proud. All your family and friends gonna know about it and you're gonna be freaking happy. And he passed his NCLEX. And I always tell my students, time is not important, only wrong answers are important. So make sure you take your time to solve every single question because it does not matter if you take 4 minutes or 6 minutes or 10 minutes solving 1 question. The important thing is to get that question right. And that's what Navjot did. I usually give my students 20 rituals that they do the day before the test and the day of their test. And he followed every single one of them. And on the day of his test, 6:30 in the morning, I texted him and I said, "You've got my prayers, man. You've got what it takes to pass. You've nailed every single thing during the 4-week webinar and during the 2-week study plan. And you got shit done. So I want you to be proud of yourself. Just go in there and execute the plan and you're gonna freaking pass." And he did 149 questions in 6 hours. I always tell my students the maximum number of questions you need to take is 140 questions. I don't want you to solve more than 140. And he said he got 2 to 3 ECG questions, and I teach on my webinar 5 rhythms. So imagine I teach you stuff on the webinar and you see it exactly on your NCLEX. That's freaking amazing. He had 34 SATA questions, and oh boy, when he came out, he said, "Mo, I don't know. I just want to pass." I said, "Are you gonna do the person view trick?" He said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And surely after 2 days, the results came out and he passed, and he was so freaking happy.
Yeah, thank you so much for the coaching and everything. It really paid off. I'm so happy right now. I passed. This life is amazing. Yeah, I'll stay in touch with you for the rest of my life. Thank you so much.
And now he applied to a nursing home. And I always tell my students, the journey does not stop. And he asked me to build his resume because he's gonna apply to a nursing home. And I said, "Man, I've got your back." I sent him a template of the resume. He filled it. He applied to a nursing home. He got a job. And he just shadowed for 2 hours yesterday. And he was saying, "Man, it was hectic." And I told him, "Bro, the NCLEX is the easy part. Now it's your responsibility, and now the journey starts." And now, before I jump to the desktop, I just want to tell you, if you are hesitant to sign up for the NCLEX webinar, do not hesitate. Sign up right now. It's gonna be the best investment you ever made towards your NCLEX, towards your brain, and towards your nursing career. Because the Alpha Slice Nation does not stop after the 4 weeks. It's a lifetime membership. And you bet if you watch this far, you're a freaking Alpha Slice. Let's jump into desktop, and I'm gonna tell you more about my 4-week crash course. You know what? On a second thought, I think explaining it on the whiteboard is gonna be way much better. So let's jump into the whiteboard. Alright, I'll try to explain the NCLEX webinar very quickly, but if you need more information, hey, this is my WhatsApp. You can call me. The number is +1 313 559 5914. You're gonna see it on the screen, and it's here on the board. My number, if you want to call me and ask about the NCLEX webinar or you want to enroll, it's +1 347 868 8543. And if you want to contact me via email and send me your story and whatever you want to talk about, just info@alphaslice.org. And if you do not follow me on YouTube, go subscribe to my channel. It's Alpha Slice. And I'm gonna put it here on the screen. But let's talk about the NCLEX webinar. It's a 4-week crash course, a state-of-art webinar. I built this webinar in a way that it is tailored to the average Joe. I mean, the average nurse. I mean, any nurse, whatever your level is, your English, your nursing content, it doesn't matter. I can make anyone pass on your very next attempt. I'm gonna explain how the webinar works. So it's 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks of live training. So every night, you and me will sit together in a live webinar. You'll be able to interact with me, and I'm gonna explain NCLEX, nursing content. We're gonna solve questions, rationale. I'm gonna teach you NCLEX strategies. I'm gonna teach you smart test-taking skills. Trust me, if you have nursing content and you do not have smart test-taking skills, I promise you that you're gonna fail. You need to have those skills in order to sit for the NCLEX. The NCLEX is a unique test. It's nothing like what you studied in nursing school. It's way different. And if you're international, trust me, if you're not gonna take this webinar, that's fine. But I'm telling you, after you sit for your NCLEX and you fail, you're gonna come back. And then you're gonna be crushed, devastated, depressed, you feel down, you feel like you don't wanna live anymore because you failed that NCLEX. You feel that you're embarrassed from your friends, your family, your colleagues, your classmates, even your teachers. I know how that feels because I'm telling you, I've helped hundreds of nurses pass their NCLEX. And as we discussed, as I've showed you on my desktop, the reviews, the people that I've helped, I'm telling you, everyone comes with the same story. I know it by heart, but I'm telling you, Just jump on this webinar and I'm gonna solve all your problems. So let's see, 4 weeks, Monday to Friday, every night, we're gonna sit together and we're gonna discuss NCLEX. I'm gonna teach you every little bit that you need to pass your NCLEX on your very next attempt. And trust me, I'm not gonna take you back to nursing school. I'm not gonna give you textbooks to study from. I'm gonna give you what you need, what the Board of Nursing need from you to put you in a category as a safe nurse. They don't want you to study the whole ECG chapter, a whole 54 rhythms. They don't care if you know left bundle branch block or right bundle branch block or AV blocks. They don't care about that. They care about 5 rhythms. Master those 5 rhythms and then they will say, they will shake your hand and tell you you passed your NCLEX. When it comes to chemotherapy, when it comes to oncology, when it comes to hematology, endocrinology, like diabetes, you don't need to know everything about diabetes. You need to know a few things. When does the patient eat? Type 1, type 2, what's important? Medication or food or exercise. That's what's important. So I'm going to teach you what's important because if you get a diabetes question, you will be able to answer it. Addison disease, Cushing syndrome. Don't get lost with all those textbooks. I'm gonna give you exactly what you need. Just memorize what I tell you to do. Just memorize the content I give you. And I'm telling you, it is the perfect algorithm. Just memorize it and you're gonna freaking pass. I'm telling you. So I'm giving you the live training. Let us say you're busy. You're a mom. You've got kids. And you missed the 9 p.m. Central Time. And you came and joined the webinar at 10 a.m. You already missed 1 hour. You gotta tell me, Mo, I missed 1 hour. I already paid for that. You're right, I've got you back because I'm gonna record the session and I'm gonna send it to you after we finish the webinar. I'm gonna send you a video record of every single session, every single day, and you will not miss anything. Let's say you jumped on the webinar and you watched 2 hours and then you fell asleep. You're on the phone and then you fell asleep on the couch. Right, what are you gonna do? You already missed another hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. Because every single webinar is around 3 to 4 hours. That's the average. Yeah, right? You think you're gonna pass your NCLEX studying 1 hour a day? No, ma'am. It's 3 to 4 hours. So if, let us say, you fell asleep on the couch, I'm gonna send you the video record. You don't have to worry about that. And then you're gonna tell me, Mo, do I need to take notes? I'm gonna tell you, no, you don't need to take notes because I'm gonna give you notes. I'm gonna give you the notes in a PDF form. So every single night, I'll take the notes for you as if I'm studying for my NCLEX, as if I'm taking notes for myself. I'll write notes down for you. I'm gonna send them to you via email with the video record. But that's not all. Let's say you watched the video, you read the notes, and then what are you gonna do? You still have free time. Yes, I don't want you to lock yourself in an NCLEX bubble, I call it. I don't want you to lock yourself in your room. I want you to do your household, you know, work. I want you to go do your grocery shopping. I want you to walk your dog, go to the gym. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a podcast that you're gonna listen to on your phone. You just put your headsets and you're gonna listen to the podcast. It is the webinar in an audio form. You listen to it while you're doing your household or whatever the case might be, because that will help you recall the slides, recall the images. And then you would know if you missed something, let's say Cushing disease, and you said, oh my God, I forgot that huge man with a big tummy and the moon face. So you go back to the slides and you see that slide again and you memorize it and you make sure you will never forget it again. That's the purpose of recalling images. That's the best way to memorize nursing content for your NCLEX. Trust me, I've done it over and over and over again, and it works every single time. We started this company 6 months ago, and I'm telling you, man, we've never had anyone fail. There are some people who took the webinar and they didn't test yet. But from the people who tested, just last night, Bilal from Lebanon, he's testing for his NCLEX in Australia. He just passed. He didn't send me his testimonial video yet, but he sent me a screenshot of his quick results. And man, I'm so proud of you, Bilal. But Bilal was number 30 out of 30 nurses. It's 100% success rate so far. You will not freaking believe it. From day one that you start the webinar, you will fall in love because you're not the one who's testing for the NCLEX. I'm testing for the NCLEX. The NCLEX means way more for me than it means for you because my reputation on the line. And you bet that I'm gonna do whatever it takes for you to pass your NCLEX. I'm not gonna let you slack. You're gonna follow along and you're gonna freaking pass. So we said the live webinar, the video record, and then the notes, and then the podcast. All right, the podcast. Is that it? No, hell no. Hey, community. Community is the best thing that I can offer you. People who are sitting for the NCLEX in a community, in a WhatsApp group and a Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, good. If you're on WhatsApp, good. If you're not on any of those, fuck you. Just join, download the app, and be part of that community. Be a member, engage. You know, when you ask questions, we attended the webinar today, and then you're asking questions. Don't ask me, ask the group. All of them will jump and help you understand and rationalize. All right, and then I'll give it a couple of hours. If they didn't give you an answer or they give you wrong answers, I'm gonna jump in because I'm your coach, I'm your mentor. I'm gonna give you the right answer. But everyone in the community, everyone in the group is gonna benefit out of that. You're gonna say, Mo, why the fuck are you screaming? Where's that energy coming from? I'm telling you, man, every time a single person passes the NCLEX, I feel energetic. I feel energized. I just want to see the next person who's gonna sit for the NCLEX and pass it. Because behind every single person, there's a story. There's a unique story. I had a unique story. My wife had a unique story. My wife passed her NCLEX with 76 questions. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna put like 10 seconds of testimonials of people who pass the NCLEX, and trust me, every single one has a unique story. Just like Ambika, I know every single one of you has his problems, has his troubles, you know, personal struggles. I'm telling you, I know it all. I've heard it over and over again over the past year and a half since I started my YouTube channel and I started helping people towards their American dream, NCLEX, getting jobs, putting resumes, sitting for interviews. I'm telling you, this bond, when you jump on this webinar, this bond that you and me will have, it's a bond forever. It's brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, let's get down to business. You're gonna tell me, Mo, how much does this cost? It costs $3.99. $3.99. And you're gonna tell me, Mo, this is freaking expensive. I know, this is expensive. This is gonna hold you accountable. But if you want to pass your NCLEX on your very next attempt, if you failed your NCLEX multiple times before, you know how much money you're wasting. You're wasting tens of thousands of dollars. It's a huge amount. RN money. You don't want to waste that kind of money. This $3.99 will guarantee that you're gonna freaking pass on your very next attempt. I know it. It doesn't matter your English level. It doesn't matter your nursing content level. It doesn't matter if you graduated back in 2009, 2007. I'm telling you, I've heard it all. And you're gonna tell me, Mo, I need this webinar. But this kind of money, I don't have it. I'm a single mom. I've got 2 kids. I'm a dad. I've got 4 kids. I've got child support. I've divorced my wife. I'm a student. I just graduated. I don't have the money. I'm telling you, I've heard it all. Shut the fuck up. No excuses. $3.99. Go get it. Put that on your credit card. Open a new line of credit. Get money from your mom. Sell your tablet. Sell your phone. Don't sell your phone because you're gonna watch the webinar. You're gonna need that to watch the webinar. But there's a lot of dumb shit that you have around the house. This tripod, monopod, $2.99. Sell it for $100. Now you have $100. This freaking bicycle, you don't need a bicycle, man. Just sell it, $50. Now you've got $150. Right, say. What else do you have on you? You have Jordans, you have iPod, iPad, I mean, you name it. There's a lot of dumb shit around your house. Go sell it on eBay, get the money. Borrow money from your mother, from a friend. Go to your teacher. Just get the $3.99, come to the webinar, and let's make magic. Let's help you pass on your very next attempt. And I'm telling you, man, my webinar is 100% refundable. 100% refundable, no questions asked. You take the webinar, first 2 days, if you didn't like what you see, just tell me, Mo, I want a refund, I didn't like it, it's not for me. Pew! I'll refund your money, no question asked. Alright, is that it? No. If you fail your NCLEX, I'll refund you your money, 100% guaranteed, no question asked. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, woman, I'm telling you, brother and sister, I've never had to refund a single person until now, because every single one passes. Period. A very common question as well. You're gonna tell me, Mo, do I need external resources? Is there anything I need to purchase besides your webinar? The answer is no. It's only my webinar. We've got a Q bank of 1,000 questions. And you're gonna tell me, Mo, like 1,000 questions is not much. I've heard that you've gotta solve 3,000 to 4,000 questions in order to pass your NCLEX. I'm gonna tell you, yes, that's true. You need to solve 3,000 to 4,000 questions until you get 1,000 quality questions. There's a lot of rubbish in the market. A lot of rubbish. A lot of things that you don't need to know. I tell my students, Vietnamese anemia. Why the fuck do they teach you Vietnamese anemia? You don't need that. So if you get a question in any NCLEX resource, let's say UWorld, Kaplan, and they're talking about Vietnamese anemia, you don't need it. That's a rubbish question. Actually, I just made that up. There's nothing called Vietnamese anemia. But you will hear like diseases that you've never heard of. You don't need it. For your NCLEX, man, I'm telling you, the Board of Nursing, they don't want you to fail. They want you to be safe. So as soon as they feel that you're a safe nurse and you know the basic information about diabetes, hypertension, cancer, you know, some certain medication, and they feel that you can take care of the American population, they're gonna pass you. And oh yeah, I forgot one more thing that the NCLEX webinar provides. Every single weekend, I'm gonna give you a 75 question test that's gonna determine your level. And according to your performance, I'm gonna draw your performance graph. How are you doing in accordance to the baseline? Are you above the baseline, or you're below the baseline, or fluctuating up and down? And then I'm gonna explain how do they actually grade you, you know, with your NCLEX. Like, let's say you got 50% in your NCLEX, like 50% of the questions right. Is that enough for you to pass your NCLEX? What is enough? What is a performance graph? How do you know that you passed? I'm gonna tell you all that, trust me. I'm gonna teach you. So by the weekend, when you solve your exam and you send it back to me by Sunday night, 6 p.m., that's the due date. You send it back to me and I grade it and I draw your performance graph, then I'm gonna tailor a study plan for you because I know your weaknesses and I know what you need to improve for the next week, and we'll do it every single weekend. So if that's not enough for you, and you still have questions, and there are questions that I didn't discuss on this video, there's another video, a detailed video about the NCLEX webinar. I don't know where you're watching this, on the website, or YouTube, or Facebook. There's a link somewhere, either on the screen or down in the description box. Click it, watch that video. I'm also gonna put testimonial videos. Go watch them. Go read the reviews on the website. And if you're still not convinced, and you still have questions that are unanswered, this is my freaking number. Call me, text me, email me, and I'm gonna reply to every single question you ask in less than 24 hours. Visit my Facebook page, and you're gonna see responses are within 2 hours. I've got your back, man. I'm telling you, I will do whatever it takes for you to pass your NCLEX. And if you're gonna go buy Kaplan, or you're gonna go buy Remor, those people don't answer you. They don't answer your questions. Until today, I've got people who took my NCLEX webinar back in August, July. They still text me with the questions. I still answer them, because we have bond for life. So if you're still not convinced, why the hell are you still watching? Go book your webinar, $3.99, and give me a call.
Pretend, acting like everything's sane. I never asked you to stay, but you're staying. fame. Your vanity, you have no shame. None of it makes any sense.